Hey guys, so today I wanted to go through my design process for converting this ex-U-Haul into a working living space. For the last couple of videos, I've just shown basically my old bedroom, I kind of blocked it out in terms of design-wise so I can get a vibe of how it feels. So I haven't actually really shown much of the actual van yet, so I'm going to do that in future videos. But for now, I just want to show sort of my design process and my thinking behind designing this space. So this is a piece of software that I got it's called Vanspace 3D. And it's actually been really useful. It's not the most flexible tool, but as for like just getting a good idea of like sizes and placement of things, it can be quite useful. So this is now my like 8th iteration of thinking through this design. But when it comes to converting a space, the best advice that I heard was design it around what you're going to be doing for 80% of the time. So some people are going to be converting vans and trucks and U-Hauls for vacations, right? Some people are going to be doing it for living full time. Some people are going to be doing it for part time. Some people are going to be doing it for stealth camping in, parking lots in cities. So the most important thing is to figure out what you're going to be using it for 80% of the time and design it around that. So as an example, if you are going to be living in it full time, you're probably going to want some sort of shower and toilet, right? Because you're going to be wanting to shower every day. If this is for mainly vacations and you're going to be like boondocking in, national parks and stuff like that, maybe you would want to design having an outdoor shower because you'll be doing it out in the open. Or if you're going to be doing it in wintry places, then you're going to have to get some underfloor heating. So it's whatever you're doing for 80% of the time within it. So for me, I'm designing it around mainly as a working space. So my job, my work, I film videos. I do a lot of video work. I'm going to be sat editing a lot, writing a lot. So I'm designing this mainly around my working. That's what I'm going to be doing for 80% of my day. And then, occasionally I'm going to be sleeping. So my whole design philosophy is that space that I'm using, I need to be focusing on what I'm going to be doing for 80% of the time. So here's my thinking for my design. So I have a working area here, basically. Oh, let me change the view. Hold on one second. Okay, this is a little bit easier. So basically, this is going to be my desk, which you can see behind me over here. This is kind of how I've blocked it out. Got my desk here, got a window so I can, see outside for a lot of the time. And my desk is going to go all the way across here. This is going to have a butcher block desktop here as well. I'm going to have drawers here for my work stuff. And then this cupboard here, this closet here is going to be for my electrical. So all of my electrical is going to be in here, accessible through there. There's going to be overhead storage here, which is going to have some lights underneath and more work sort of storage. So this whole area is essentially going to be my office area. Now, the box truck that I have has a grandma's attic, which is space above the cab, which isn't on this design because of the limitations in the software. But all of this here, I've marked it off. You can see the change in texture. All of this is going to be storage, right? So here's where I'm going to be sitting and working. I want to have space, so I don't want to have it too crowded. So the overheads may not stay there. I'm not 100% sure on that. But behind me, I have what is my kitchen area, essentially. So I want to keep as much of my kitchen packed away as possible because I want the surface area. Again, this is about 80%. What am I going to be doing 80% of the time? So cooking is actually going to be a small amount of time. So my thinking is that sink is here. It's going to be covered up for when I'm not using it. So I can use that as space. Obviously the faucet is just going to stay there. I'm going to have my fridge here. So that's going to be covered up. And then up above here is going to be my pantry and food storage. So essentially my food is going to be all here, up and down, dry stuff, cold stuff from freezer, and then washing up here. My water supply, tanks, etc. is going to be here underneath the sink. Overhead storage as well for dishes, bits and pieces. And then this area here behind, my plan is that this is going to flip up. So this up to here is going to flip up there. And this cupboard door is going to pull out. And then underneath, let me just move this across the proper way, is going to be a shower pan and the toilet. So the toilet is going to be removable. So I can just pull that out or leave it in there. But when I need a shower, this flap is going to flip up and it's going to basically enclose me in here. This front is going to just kind of flip open. And there's going to be a clip underneath here where I'm going to pull the shower, which will be down here. The shower basically hose will be held up here and this will convert into a shower. Because again, I'm only going to be showering for a small amount of time. So I want to still be able to use that space. I don't want to have a full shower that's just taking up space and not being used 99% of the time. So the idea is to reuse this space so I can store the toilet, use it as a toilet, use it as a shower if I need to. But for most of the time, you know, for example, if I'm cooking, then I can put the cooktop on here, stove, induction stove here, Instapot, whatever it is. I can just pull it out, put it here, cook, and use this area and actually have some use of it. So that is my design philosophy for that. What that also means is that all the water is on the same side. So I will have my water tanks for now in phase 1 will be stored underneath my sink, and they will go out to the shower here. So very short little run for water, and then they also go to this faucet here, which also means that once I've done showering, if I want to just wash my face or want to clean my teeth or whatever it is, I've got the sink right there next to it. So that's basically the little sort of bathroom kitchen area in one go. But I want to maximize this space as much as possible. Then moving over here, for the small amount of relaxed time that I have in my life, this will be the sort of relaxing area. So the idea is that this is somewhere to sit, chill out, relax. For other people to be here, they can sit on this, use this. This can also be storage. That will be storage. The sofa will be storage. So this is kind of the relaxing area. Now, I'm replacing my TV and I'm going to replace it with a projector simply to save space and weight. So I will never be watching TV or whatever it is with a bunch of lights on. So projectors obviously only work really well in the dark. So I will be only really doing this in the evening time, which kind of suits well for a projector. So I'm going to have the projector here, which will go onto either a pull-out screen or just the straight white wall. Should be able to work. This way I save a lot of space and I don't have to have a TV banging around, getting damaged and broken and taking up space and weight over here. So that is this area. Then this thing here will be eventually, maybe not phase 1, but phase 2. This will be my motorized bed. So the bed will be on an actuator, and this will lower down for when I want to sleep. It will lower down onto supports here, underneath. And that way I can have the bed. I don't have to, remove everything, store it away, and have all that kerfuffle whenever I want to do it. I just press the button and it lowers down onto here, and then I press the button again and it goes back up. Simple. So I maximize that space as much as I want. So that is essentially my thinking. I'll have a pass-through from here to the main cab to be able to get in and out quickly through there. And for the back door, I am wanting to build, it's a split deck roof system. Sounds very complicated. It's not. It's just 2 doors. So this whole back wall, 60% of it up to here at the bottom is going to be a flip out deck. So it just folds out on gas struts to be able to walk on. So if I do use this for a vacation, chill out time or whatever, I can just open up my back and open up onto hopefully some nice scenery. And then the top here, the 40% will open up again on gas struts, and we'll have a little bit of a sunshade kind of thing over there. And that way I can also get in and out the back as well. So that is the idea behind that. So not all of this is going to be done at once. It'll be done in phases. But yeah, this is essentially my way of maximizing the space so it doesn't feel crowded and cooped up for what I'll be doing for 80% of the time. Being able to work, relax, and when I need to, I can convert this easily into a little kitchen. And when I need to, I can convert this into a little bed room, but keeping the space 80% of the time for what I need it for. Here's my extraction fan for food and air. I'm going to have some air conditioning, an air conditioning unit up here, a mini split, which will be sending cool air here because I'm in Houston, Texas. So that is going to be, it's going to be warm. So sending some cool air around and then fitting the outlet to it underneath there. So that's my design philosophy. And that's why I've been getting, I call it a vibe check. Behind me, I've basically got blue tape on the walls where I'm like, okay, will this go here? Will this go here? How will this feel if I'm working? Will it, the overhead cabinets feel too, closed in? Should I just leave that as storage? How should I do it? It's getting the vibe of it for what I'm going to be doing most of the time. So far so good, but that's why I'm basically designing it in my bedroom and on this computer to just make sure that I'm getting as much done as possible. But a lot of it is going to be through experience and iterating. So actually, once I eventually go into it and sit down and start using it, I'm going to get a much better view of going, okay, these overhead cabinets, I hate them. I'm going to remove them. Or I need more overhead cabinets. Let's build some in. One thing I've realized is that it's very, very important to make sure that you're taking action sooner rather than later. The sooner you take action, the sooner you start to build it, the sooner you can fail and start to iterate. So hope that was helpful, sort of understanding where I'm coming from, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. So I'll leave a link below in the description if you want to use it for yourself. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and what I could be missing on this as well. Cheers, guys. I'll speak to you soon.